Good day everyone! For today's video, we are going to discuss to you about a sport which is called Sepak Takraw. Together with my co-play service teachers, we are going to talk about the game's nature and background, rulings, and also a demonstration of different skills in this sport. Let's start!
Sepak Takraw is a skill ball game in which it requires the use of feet and hand to keep the ball and the air in a targeted direction. This game is a traditional circle game which evolved from many forms of kicking game. Traditionally, the players or the villagers will stand in a circle and display understanding and teamwork within them to help one another keep the ball in the air for as long as possible. Sepak Takraw gives the villagers all the fun despite the age. Aside from this, it also serves as a recreation and a sense of a shared community.
Sepak Takraw is based on the Chinese game called Gopo or kickball. It became popular in Malaysia and Thailand in the early 1400s. In Thai, it was called Takraw, and Sepak in Raga in Malay, which is mainly played by men and boys. The modern version of Sepak Takraw began in Thailand in 1800s, and in 1988, international play were governed by the International Sepak Takraw Federation or ISTAF. The ISTAF also introduced a new variation of the game wherein the players stand in a circle and receive different level of points for each passing kick.
Sepak Takraw is now included in different national sports competition. With this, equipment and the place of where the game being held should also be considered. Facilities and equipment in Sepak Takraw includes the court, the net, and the Sepak Takraw ball. The court shall have an area of 13.4 meters by 6.1 meters up to the height of 8 meters measured from the floor surface. The net commonly is made of fine ordinary cord of nylon with 0.6 meter to 0.8 mesh. Lastly, the Sepak Takraw ball. This ball is made out of rattan, spherical in shape, and is made of synthetic fiber or one woven layer. The ball can also be constructed by synthetic rubber or soft durable material for covering the ball for the purpose of softening the impact to the body. In addition, any type of material and method in creating the ball must be approved by the ISTAF.
For the rules of this game, we will start the scoring system. Error point system is commonly used in Sepak Takraw. In starting, tossing a coin or a dice is being utilized to determine who will choose a service or court. This is played best of 2 sets with 2 minutes rest in between, where deciding set with 50 points. In addition, this is played by 2 regus or what we call teams, where consists of 3 players. Player at the back is called Takraw, while the other 2 in the front is called left inside and right inside.
For the start of play, the throw must be executed as soon as the referee calls the score. During the service, as soon as the takraw or what we call the server kicks the ball, all the players inside the court are allowed to move freely. The service is valid if the ball passes the net, whether it touches the net. In Sepak Takraw, substitution is allowed when the ball is not in play and only one player is allowed per regu or what we call the team.
The faults in this game are also important to remember. The faults during service includes First, playing with the ball before the referee signals service. Second, stepping on the line or touches the net while throwing the ball. Third, not kicking the ball on the service chalk. Fourth, the ball goes over the net but falls outside the court. And lastly, the ball does not cross to the opponent's side. In addition, creating distracting manners, noises, or even shouting at your opponents is also considered a fault in this game.
For both teams during the game, the following faults shall be taken note of. First, any part of the player's body that crosses over into the opponent's court above or under the net. Second, playing the ball more than 3 times in succession. Third, the ball touches the arm. Fourth, stepping or holding the ball under the arm. Fifth, any part of the player's outfit that touches the net. And lastly, the ball touches the ceiling, roof, or wall.
Including in this fault, Sepak Takraw also has penalties. Yellow cards are used to give caution or warning to the player. On the other hand, red cards are used to send players out of the play, or is called expulsion, especially if they are persistent in showing misconduct after the warning, or they have violent conduct such that of striking, kicking, and spitting, and also if they use foul language.
The basic technique of Sepak Takraw is in-step kick. In-step kick is a movement while kicking the ball using the inner side foot. How to perform in-step kick? To perform in-step kick, first, position your legs in a shoulder width distance. Second, raise one leg high as knee pivot with bend it forward. Third, pivot foot slightly bended. And lastly, hit the ball with the inner side of your foot. Toe kick. Toe kick is a skill that can be used to trap ball when the in-step kick is not possible. Ball that are low to the ground or far from the body, the toe kick is generally less accurate than to in-step kick, and should only use if you can't reach the ball using in-step kick.
The knee kick actually utilizes the thigh. The ball is hit with the part of the thigh that is just above your knee. The stance is reminiscent of marching, but your knees would have to be raised as high as possible. The kick is usually done by players receiving a serve. Lift your knee up very quickly into the ball, foot following beneath, not kicking out. The ball is contacted at about waist level with the thigh, just behind the knee. Header. Not unlike a football header, a header spike in Sepak Takraw involves the use of the forehead to make the ball fly, especially when it's too high in the air for your kick to reach it. This technique is used for both serving and striking. With legs flexed at the knees, put the top of your forehead in front of the ball, lifting up your chin and spring up from the legs as the ball strikes the forehead so as to deflect it up high in your own court.
That would be all for this video, and we hope that you learned something from us. Thank you, and may the Lord be your blessing.